What's up, guys? It's Mr. Fit to Flourish. You already know what time it is. It is Sunday, August 4th. It's time to make some market predictions for the week. We're going to do a rundown through this entire watch list, okay? What does my watch list look like? Bada boom, bada bing. Quality blue chip stocks, large cap stocks, mega cap stocks, only the best. And we only trade the best quality stocks and the best quality options. So let's get right into this thing because this week is going to be crazy. Now, this is just going to be technical analysis and a forward prediction if nothing changes the way it is on the charts right now in the market. Okay. So there's people on TikTok who got mad one day because my predictions are always extremely accurate on TikTok, extremely accurate. And then I have all these followers, but then one day I made the wrong prediction, not even the wrong prediction, it was the right prediction, but there was a huge market event this last week, okay? And the stocks ended up going the other way. I alerted my Discord, my team members on live trading. I was like, hey guys, things have changed in the morning. I don't have time to go make a TikTok in the morning and say, oh, hey, everyone, things have changed. But it's just a watch list page. But apparently, I think someone took, or a couple people took some trades based on the direction I said it potentially can go, and they started calling me out. They're like, "Oh, it didn't go that way." And I'm like, "You never thank me for all the good trades that I've given you, but you're for the one that goes the other way, you're going to be extremely negative and complain." But but that's that. I mean, I can't hold everyone's hands when you trade. That's which is why I do this education on how to trade. Okay, don't just take anyone's word blindly. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Blessings be upon everyone who has to complain or anything like that. Blessings be upon everybody. Anyways, let's get into it. So Apple Bapple. My boy K5 said Apple Bapple. I'm sticking with that now. So Apple formed a massive topside wick, bearish engulfing bar, rejecting the close of previous month. How do I know that's the close of previous month? We use Saudi ATR levels. We also use the EMAs. Okay. We have a 9MA crossover. Whenever we get a smaller MA cross below a larger MA, it's typically an inflection point. Okay, typically an inflection point. So it's a sign of a reversal. What else do we have? We have the volume RSI coming in pretty low here. We are below 30. Typically, we tend to fall off when we get below 40. Okay, so this is significant for a potential downtrend. Massive topside wick here. Okay, we are holding this level here. If we get below 217.47, 217.38, it's put city. It is put city, guys. Okay, so this doesn't look too good for Apple Bapple, but we currently are on a resistance to support flip line here. So it's just a matter of, hey, do we break below? If we get below 216.79, I am definitely going in pretty heavy on puts. I'm going to go pretty heavy on puts here. Okay, pretty heavy on puts. And it's kind of like a slanted head and shoulders pattern as well. But yeah, it looks like Apple may be coming down for the count. If we get above 220, 222, 28, and we close above that, we could see a move to the upside, however. But just know, that's the range, 222, 28, and then below 216.79 really is when it's like guaranteed puts. Okay, but above 222.28, we can see a move back to the upside. Highly unlikely, especially with the way the market's moving and the fact that we have this crossover on our moving averages. Moving on to the next stock, Nvidia. So Nvidia just had some horrible news come in about them being behind on their chips, their chip deliveries for Microsoft, as well as some other big customers that they have. So that's not good, especially when we're sitting at this critical point here. We're pretty close to the $100 psychological level. We are selling off. Again, we have MAs getting inverted. We're in the sell zone of the ATR. We're at the 100% expected move for Nvidia to the downside for the month already. But the way Nvidia moves on a day-to-day or a month-to-month day-to-day basis, it doesn't respect average true ranges. It doesn't respect these ATRs. It's extremely volatile. So we could see Nvidia, if it loses this 103.60 level, we could see a move down to $95.68. And if we do get to that, then if a break below would be significant for a move down to the 200 MA at about 87.47. Okay, but we might hold that 95 level. It's a pretty key resistance to support flip, but we would also fill the gap. There's currently a gap from 102 all the way down to 95, so we would fill that gap. Okay, so that's could potentially happen, especially with the wartime stuff going on in the Middle East. We could see a loss of this level. If not, if we hold 103 on Monday and if we clear 107, we'll be back on the way up to a retest of the sell ATR, which will also be a retest of the 9MA, right around 113. So we'll see a retest of that level if we hold this key level at 103.70. Okay. What's next? AMD. AMD. So what's going on with AMD? AMD is losing all types of support and it is dying. Okay. I personally believe that we will see AMD hit 116 very, very soon. Okay. I think we'll see AMD hit 116 very soon. Why? AMD just fell out of the sky. Earnings beat earnings, but forward guidance, not what investors are expecting. Okay. What else on AMD? Let's take a look at AMD's PE ratio because this is kind of funny. AMD's PE ratio is 160. Okay. 160. It's pretty high. Pretty high. We have our MAs crossing over. We're about $6 away from a death cross, from the 50 orange line crossing below this dark blue line. Okay. We have extremely bearish downtrend, a pretty tight downtrend, just straight falling out of the sky. We lost this key level here at 153, and now we're losing all types of key levels. We actually lost the 200, went back up for a retest, rejected, and now we're in the sell zone ATR for the month. And the 100% expected move on the month is going to be 114.76, which is right around my 116 key level. So I'm expecting that we'll see that pretty soon. On the daily time frame, not only did we have a nice bearish bar push down below the sell zone, we had an attempt back to the upside here, and we failed to reclaim that sell ATR. We just rejected with this huge topside wick here, also rejecting this key level at 135.21. Okay, so I'm expecting AMD to come to the downside. I think it's going to see 116.73 pretty soon. Intraday, I'm going to be looking for shorts on AMD. Any weak move to the upside, I'm going to be looking for weak moves to the upside and shorts. However, if we get above this 135.21 and then we reclaim 137.37, we could make a move back to 146.68 again. But we'll have to see what happens in the market again. Extremely bearish. Not a very good outlook this week for the market. But we'll see what happens. That's the AMD prediction right there. Teslati Dotty is what I call it. Teslati Dotty. So Tesla just had a 9MA cross below the 20 on the daily time frame. Tesla's coming back into range. Okay, Tesla is going to lose this level here, this 207 level, right on top of the 200 MA. I believe that Tesla will lose this again, and I think we will see Tesla come back into range, back into this consolidation that sent it up in the first place. Okay, it created this head and shoulders pattern back in May, and then it sent Tesla up flying. Okay, when you fly like this, there's a lot of order imbalance. So when you fly straight up, there's only buying. So on the way down, it's easy to just come right down, which will yield only selling. Okay, only selling. We had support turn into resistance here, the SR flip, and now we have a nice bearish bar moving to the downside. I think that we're going to make our move back down to 188 soon. However, if we reclaim 214.95, we could potentially make a move back to the upside, back to 231 and then 245. Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. All right, taking a look at Coin Schmoin. So Coin formed a head and shoulders pattern on the 2-hour time frame. It had the bearish 9MA crossing below the 20. It looks like we had a neckline break. We did have a neckline break, and now we are on our way down. Guess what else? Coin moves in conjunction with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is absolutely falling out of the sky. Okay, Bitcoin is falling out of the sky. Bitcoin is going to see $54,000. Bitcoin is going to see $54,000 soon. So if Bitcoin is coming down, then coin should be coming down as well. Where is coin going to? Coin is going to 188.32. That is the measured move from the break of the neckline on the head and shoulders on downward. Now, is there a confluence for this move, for this level? Well, it looks like it was previous resistance that then turned into a breakout here. So yeah, it looks like there's major confluence for this level. So that 188.32 is valid. Is valid. Okay, and we also have this upward trend line break that we just broke. And then again, we have our 9MA crossing below the 20. Inverted MAs. This looks pretty bearish. Last but not least, let's talk about crowd. So crowd is in this fall from the sky, okay? The target on crowd is 171.18. So crowd is looking extremely selly, okay? So there's major implications for more of a sell-off due to Delta Airlines suing, investors are suing. Crowd is going to lose major contracts with all of its customers. The fact that it's a crowd, or it's a cloud, it's a cloud company, and the fact that a lot of their customers want faster service and pay a lot more for this immediate upload is insane, in the fact that now customers don't trust them. They don't trust them anymore. How many times are we going to get this faulty upload, these problems, these hangups costing billions and billions of dollars? So I think there's major implications for this, and I think that crowd is going to be losing a lot of customers, and I think we will continue to see this sell-off to the downside. We're going to see 171 first, and then we can potentially see $94 soon. Okay. I think they're going to start halting trading on crowd pretty soon, because it's going to be a huge influx of selling. Especially if we get below 200, this is going to move down like butter to 171 and then 94 pretty quickly. What else is showing that this can happen? Well, what is our PE ratio? Our PE ratio is 421. This is way too high. So price to earnings ratio, the price of the stock is way overpriced already. And this is okay when we're talking about growth stocks. But when we're talking about a stock that's supposed to be a growth stock that is about to lose a ton of market share and get outperformed by its competitors, then it doesn't matter. This thing is coming down. Okay. So that is all I had for you today in terms of our recap of what is going to happen the week of August 5th to August 9th in the stock market. These are just solely predictions, not financial advice. If you feel like these are pretty accurate, I'm glad you do. But if not, then just keep moving. But this is solely what may happen if nothing changes in the market. But every day we wake up, there's new price targets released by these major institutions. There's news that comes out. There's the tensions in the Middle East. There's a ton of things happening now that we should keep in mind. But again, thanks for tuning in. It's Mr. Fit to Flourish, and I'm out. Good morning, welcome to the Fit to Flourish podcast. Let's talk wellness, finance, and growth.